Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
Ocala, baby, what makes you look so good? Ocala, baby, what makes you look so good? Why don't you love me like I know you could?
All right, 4 minutes after 10 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. It's time for Ocala Magazine Radio. Kelly Hart is ready to deliver that program to you, and she's got a couple of guests today. Good morning, Kelly. How you doing?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Pretty good. Nice day. Is it still cool out there?
It is.
Yeah, that's good. I liked it this morning when I woke up and said, oh, that's good. I like it like this.
Yeah, it feels nice. I mean, it's a little chilly.
I mean, if
for
it was
me.
July, I would say this is crazy, but it's December, so I like it like this.
Well, yeah.
It was
But
crazy
it kind of
a week
happened
ago.
overnight. I wasn't really prepared for it.
Well,
And I guess
me
you
either. I
never
left my
are.
coat here from last December when it got cold.
Well, you might want to take it home
I'm
this
just teasing.
weekend.
We weren't even here last December.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
Last December, this was a mess.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. So I do have guests here today because we're talking about our best of the best, which was announced this month.
Which we learned that since we're not the best of the best, Robin and I, that means we're just the best.
Right.
But we're not the best of the best.
Yeah.
We're just the best.
Don't be let down, though. It was
I'm
awesome
not.
that you guys. Okay, good.
I like to be able to say we're the best. Robin, we're the best.
You are the best.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're not the best of the best, but who needs to talk about them?
Yeah.
Just talk about the best.
You guys are the best, in my opinion. I think you're
Well, we are.
the best.
According to the magazine.
Yes. No. I mean, the magazine doesn't lie.
We're not the best of the best.
Okay.
And we're not even the runner-up. But we're the best.
Best. And you're yes.
That was Buddy, by the way.
So you guys should do a whole
Buddy's
campaign
also
about it.
on the bottom three.
You should do a whole campaign. We're the best.
No.
Ocala Magazine. Quote.
I think we should.
I think you
should.
should.
Yeah, I'll change my mind. I was going to say no, but I think you're right.
I think anybody that wins should do a campaign. You know, some kind of business decals or.
See, remember last week I told you, I think it'd be awesome to be last. I mean, last or first, either way.
Well, either way, you're on the list.
It's called propaganda, you know.
Yeah,
You say,
you're
you know,
right.
I was
It
the
is.
absolute anything, whatever it is.
I was on the
absolute,
list.
I was the absolute.
That's all that matters. Well, we have two of our winners in the studio
Two
today.
who are the best of the best.
Two of
Yes.
the best of the best.
And I wouldn't disagree.
We have Angie Lewis, Angie owns Angie Lewis State Farm Insurance, but that is not what she won Best of the Best for. She won for Friendliest Professional.
Joe Reichel told me.
Oh.
You beat
Was
Joe.
he bitter?
He's never bitter. Are you kidding?
You know, it's funny. Joe and I haven't even. We see each other every day, and we haven't even talked about it.
Really?
Like, I didn't bring it up. He
Oh,
didn't bring
really?
it up.
Just have a big T-shirt
Yeah.
made that said,
Are you
I'm
a-
friendlier than you.
Yeah, I'm bad.
wear it.
I'm the best of the best. Or give him a T-shirt that says the best, and then yours says the best of the best.
But I did just come from a meeting at Gateway with the runner-up.
Oh, gosh. So you run into all of the people that you beat out for that
And
category.
who's your runner-up?
Tom Ingram.
Tom Ingram.
Oh wow! So Joe is also just the best, just
the
like we are.
best. Yeah.
Oh wow! Okay.
It was it was really a stiff competition in that category, and it's not a category we've ever done. We have done personal categories in the past, but we
Right.
always, try to change them up so that there's a mixture every single year. And so I was like, what about, there's so many friendly people that are never really recognized for
I wouldn't
simply
want to
being
win that
friendly.
one. You know the pressure?
Well, I know. Now, all year long, Angie has to be friendly
Yeah.
wherever she goes.
Yeah.
People and you're out in Target and you're not really
right.
dressed that cute because you came from the gym.
Exactly.
You're gonna
Yeah.
have to be friendly.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
or if
My
somebody...
face is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
After, it's like.
I know. Or if you're in a rush and someone messes up your meal or something, you're going to have to just suck it up and be friendly. Or they're going to be like, "Hey, aren't you that lady that's supposedly friendly?" Yeah, I would.
I'm okay with that hair that's laying across my plate, but,
Yeah, I would not want that title.
It's crazy.
But in your profession, I mean, you do have to be friendly because you are providing a service to people, and anybody that's ever owned a business knows that sometimes, even when we don't want to be, we have to be friendly.
Well, exactly. Well, yeah. I mean, in the business, all the time. But yeah, in my business, most definitely, we provide a service. No, raise your hand in here if you love insurance. Okay, yeah, right. See, so
After you get in an
You do,
accident,
yeah,
I
well, you
guess.
do it when you need it. Yeah,
right,
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
But that's the thing is we sell a promise, that we're going to take care of you when something happens. So people are paying a lot of money where it's not something they walk out with. So we really have to provide them an amazing experience and connect with them on a personal level. And we truly love our people, and I think that just is part of it. But whenever this nominations came out, that was really cool to me, just because I'm not an Ocalian. And
Where do you live?
I moved here in 2005 from Illinois.
Oh, so you are now. You moved here.
Right? Yeah, exactly. But but I was looking at some of the people that were on the list and stuff that had been here a lot longer, and to me, it was really cool because this community has been so friendly and just been so awesome to me and my family, and just taking us in and gotten us involved in things, and I was really kind of humbled and excited about
Oh,
that.
that's sweet. Yeah,
That is sweet,
Maybe that's
yeah.
why you're the best of the best. You were humbled.
Yes. Well, and you made a name for yourself and a friendly name for yourself in a short period of time. So that speaks volumes, because there's some people that were born and raised here and
Still not that friendly.
still not that friendly.
Kelly, who picked the names that were on the list?
Well, all
Because I
year
would have loved to
long-
have been there when you took some off on that particular one.
and that happened.
This guy?
I
This
will not
guy?
say. Well, what happens is
Oh, you
all
had
year
somebody on
long,
there?
we're planning for this, and there's some categories that are pretty standard. Some of the business categories that are pretty standard. It's just the people that are submitted. Their names are changed every year.
Right.
Not every name. There are people who win, obviously, and then the next year are on that list because they either are going to defend their title or someone else is going to have worked their butt off all year long to
How do you
take
defend
it
that?
away.
I'm going to be friendlier than Angie. How do you do that? How do you do that?
That's it. That's it.
I would never win this, by the way. I mean, yesterday somebody wanted to borrow my guitar, and I think flames came out of my eyes. It's like asking, can I borrow your car? Why would somebody do that?
Yeah,
I know, you don't-
I just recently learned that's you don't touch other people's music equipment and those things.
Well, here in the mall.
Jeez, yeah, I didn't know that. I will never ask to borrow your guitar again.
You could. I know you.
Just kidding. I don't know how to play the guitar, so that'd be a weird request.
There was a lady who beeped at me because I wasn't backing up quick enough out of my parking space. I had my reverse lights on, so she knew I was getting ready to. And I heard, so I pulled up next to her. Did you just beep at me? So automatically, I'm not the friendliest guy in town.
Well, this is the season, ironically, that more people become less patient, more angry, and this is supposed to be right now
So do you
season
risk
for giving
So do you
and
risk
loving.
if you try to be friendly? Do you risk sounding sarcastic? Like, should I have said "Merry Christmas"? Would it have sounded mean anyway?
Try it next time, because it'll happen again. In the
It'll happen again. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, even if it sounds mean, you're still saying Merry Christmas. So you could have picked a much worse thing to say, I'm sure.
That's true. That's true.
But back to your question, how things are submitted is all year long. People will email us, they'll call, they'll submit their own names. People will submit other people's names. And so all of those are taken into consideration. And then before we decide we're going to finalize our list, we get together, all of us Ocala magazine staff, and we go through there. And, if there's a name on there, let's say nobody in the room has heard. Sometimes we'll have to outsource and
Who's this guy?
and call on other people and say, "Hey, this person's name was submitted for humanitarian, but none of us have heard of him. Have you? Have you? Okay, chances are he's not going to make the list." And it kind of sounds like a popularity contest, but it's not. We feel like if you're really the best or the best of the best, you should be a name that's very familiar to
But the other extreme could work against everybody too. If you put Travolta on the best of the best
Yeah.
in the friendly category or any kind, oh yeah, he's the friendly. He's the name I know. Right?
Well, yeah.
Is he friendly? Do you know him?
I don't know him. That's why he's not
Angie,
on the
is
list.
he friendly? Does anybody know? No.
Well,
I would assume
Seems
he's
friendly.
friendly.
Seems friendly.
He's friendly, but I don't know that.
not as friendly as you.
I don't know that people would feel the people who are in a circle. But
Yeah, how would you know
I
if
don't know
he's
that you would.
friendly?
Yeah.
He looks friendly, but I know a lot of people that look friendly.
Yeah, me.
You know?
I look friendly, don't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not.
You are friendly.
You have a very friendly voice.
oh, good.
Because he's on the radio. That's good.
And Sarah Miller owns Pink Ray Photography. She won for Best of the Best Photographer.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if you've ever seen any of Sarah's work, but it seems like you focus mainly on children and babies. Is that a fair statement?
Mostly. I would say children and babies, family, like
Okay.
that category.
Her work is amazing, which
Beautiful.
why she's best of the best, and Ocala agrees. I always will go like to your Facebook page and stuff and just look.
Stalk it.
I do. I stalk
Love
it
that a lot.
because the little babies, and they're like, it's weird because I don't even know these babies. I don't even know some of these families, but they're so stinking cute. I mean, she's got them like
Stinking
stuffed in
cute.
stockings and wrapped
gotta
up
use that
in
phrase, stinking
yarn, and all of her little props are so cute. And she takes a lot of time to really capture these beautiful moments and memories with these tiny little. And think about it. You're working with children that can be unruly at times.
Oh, yeah.
And but you would never know. When you see the pictures, it's like, what did she do to them? What do you do to them?
It depends on the age. Newborns I do less than 12 days old, and that really helps because they're still sleepy, like most of the time.
Yeah.
I've only had a few that really were trying, but we still get them to sleep. I always win. But the sleepy ones, you can pose them and do whatever you want and stick them in things, and they're just cute and little. And I feel weird when I go shopping because my friends are like, I'll walk up to a basket and be like, oh, this would be so cute to put a baby in. And they're like, you're not normal.
That's your life. You see everything differently.
It's so differently. But little kids, I love their personalities. They're really, most of them are really fun and energetic, and they're also different. There's only occasionally some that, like, I just can't get them to hold still. But I've learned tricks.
Yeah.
Stick them on something where they can't jump down, and then they can't move. Things like that.
Oh,
What do you
no.
offer them or promise
Hold them
them?
until
or-
they giggle, just little things. But yeah.
See, I have a lot of respect for photographers because
Me too.
there's so much patience involved, and I have some patience to a point, but not like that. Even with
different
my
when
own
it's not your
daughter,
own
I'm like,
kid.
hey, let's take a picture, and I'll be like, and she's all over the place. I'm like, come on, get, like, we got to get this picture. Hurry up, it's the perfect before the lights, and I'm all over the place with her. I mean, she's kind of trained though now, but I mean, you're dealing with kids. I can kind of like give her that face and like, you better get this, because I'm her mom.
No wonder
I
you're
would
not
say
the
she looks
friendliest.
not the
she's-
friendliest.
She looks
No
like
wonder.
she's trained because I've
But
seen a
she's
lot of her
trained.
pictures. She's always
She knows when I give her that look, she's like, all right, fine, and so she makes mom happy. But I know her, I can do that. So you're dealing with children you're meeting for the first time sometimes, and it's like,
most of my clients, I wouldn't say all, but I would say at least 70% maybe are repeat clients. So they're kids that I've done since they were 12 days old or 7 days old, and now they're 3 or 4. So they've seen my face a lot.
so they know you're
Like if
get
I
it
came in
together
with
face.
bangs, they probably wouldn't recognize me because I'm usually with my hair in a ponytail and a headband on. They're used to seeing me.
So that's like your,
My
when you're in
work.
like photo mode, that's how you look.
Except for today because I shot like this
Oh.
before I came in.
No, both of these ladies, this is their first time ever winning Best of the Best.
Oh, wow.
Which is really exciting because it's nice to talk to people that, like last week we had Jennifer. Jennifer's won 4 years now.
Wow.
And so then you've got people that
The
are-
White Elephant.
Yes, from the
Right,
White Elephant.
right.
And then you've got people that are winning for the first time. And so every year, it's so nice to see the progression of people who are either still doing a fantastic job and holding tight to their title of best of, or new people that come into town, or they've made such a difference, or so it's just really nice to see new faces and mixed in with some of the people that have, fight to keep that title every year.
Did they get a magnet or something to put on their door or their car?
Bumper sticker.
Anything? What did they get?
No, they don't. I know that we do have our fantastic little seal that we are sending. If we haven't already, we'll send to all of our winners so they can use those things for, promotional type
Oh, okay.
stuff, so that all year long they can stick that on business cards and use it on their website and use it appropriately, because it's an honor. I mean, I know when I won for the flower shop, I had decals made, big ones.
Yeah, sure.
And
Why not?
stuck them all over my van.
Sure.
So as it was scooting around town, you saw my business name, and then you saw, wow, she's winning awards and things, and it makes a difference. So it's a nice little marketing tool for you guys to use. And
Plus, I'm just going to use it anytime anybody gets upset with me. I'm just going to hand it to them.
yeah, you should have a pin made.
I'm the friendliest person in town.
Ocala's friendliest
Actually,
person.
Yeah, that's a cool
hilarious.
category to win in,
You should do
actually.
that.
Yeah, and her husband, Cup of the Irish, won runner-up
Yes.
for best coffee house behind Starbucks.
Who's your husband? What's his name?
Clint
Oh,
Lewis?
Clint. Okay.
Yes. So he won. So that's exciting. So I hope he was happy. Were they happy over
they
there?
Were. They really
Okay,
yeah.
Yeah, but you're the friendliest.
I know that. You know, it's,
I mean, does he have a question? That I mean, there's got to be times when the doors are closed and he says, "How did you win this?"
yeah. Well, he better have voted for you, though.
Yeah, you better.
He better have. There might have been a day or two he's like, you know what? I'm not voting for you if you weren't friendly to me this morning. But we've had some fun categories in the past, you know, funniest and best smile. And so, you know, so they're fun to win for personal reasons.
Could you have like the dopiest giggle or the, you know, something like that
No,
one
but
year?
see, you can
That would be
suggest
great.
these things.
Okay, I'm gonna do that
And
next
that's
year.
why, you know, this year's Best of the Best is over, but now we have all year to start preparing for, you know, now through maybe October or so when the polls will come out and people can vote. So we do encourage people to submit ideas. We love new ideas. You know, there's only so many brains over at the magazine, and although we're trying to think of new and creative things, we love to hear from the community with new ideas and fun ideas, and then nominate people. I mean, you know, we can't know everybody. We love to be able to know everybody, but we can't. And I'm sure there are fantastic professionals and friendly people and well-dressed people and all over town, but we just maybe don't know about it, but they're still deserving of that nomination. So, you know, we love to get those emails. And of course, you know, we also have to do a little bit of research as well. We can't just assume that someone qualifies for someone we would want to represent a professional in this community, but for the most part, we consider every single nomination. So you'll have to start thinking.
Well, see, and this applies to insurance. I guess if I was thinking about getting insurance, you know, I want somebody who's
Friendly.
friendly. Yeah, I mean, it actually might work in your favor.
Yeah.
Not that,
for
not
sure.
that, you know, I mean, I'm sure people come in anyway. They just want to get insurance. But
Well, you're right. What you said earlier made sense. When you go in and you write a check for however much it is, you're not leaving with something.
Right.
Usually you're kind of happy. You know, if I go into the mall and I spend some money, I might not have liked that I spent the money, but at least when I get home, I have something. There's
Touch
something.
it.
There's
Yes,
something
exactly.
to show for it or to give or hang up on your wall or whatever. So you write those checks for insurance and you're like, you know what? I'm not getting anything, and I actually don't want to have to cash in on it because
Right.
that would mean
Right.
something
Right.
accidental happened. So it is a hard. It is hard.
It is,
to,
and you know, and that's one of the reasons why. And that again, loving this Ocala community, but it's important for us. Our culture at the office is very much about giving back to the people who give to us here, and that's why we try to get involved in a lot of different committees and fundraiser events and things like that, because we are part of this community, and that's the difference, I think. Besides, and I'm not going to call out any other companies, but you know, there are just the corporate companies that never do anything for Ocala. And then you've got a lot of strong, you know, if we're talking just insurance, but, you know, Kevin McDonald does a lot, you know, Diane Holt, you know, we've got a lot of great people, and we all talk about buying local. And to me, I think that applies to your insurance
Yes,
when you,
I
you know,
agree.
you know, everybody in the community that is a part of the community. Support
Right.
that before you go out to the outside.
and how did you get into insurance, Angie?
I was a school teacher.
Okay.
And I was working on a church committee with a sales manager with State Farm, and he just kept talking to me about it. And to be honest, I said, no, thank you. I hate insurance.
But she said no, thank you. So she was still being friendly.
Right.
yeah, she was a friendly no thank you.
And, you know, and he said, you know, I want you to explore it. And when I found out the education piece to it, and really what all goes into it, and the fact that we sit down and, you know, we don't just do auto insurance, we do life insurance, and we do full investment plans, and so we're helping people on so many levels, and you do become friends with these people, and you become a part of their families, and that's what sold me on it, is when I really got into see what all we could do. And then it gives you the freedom and the opportunity to be part of a community. Whereas a school teacher, I didn't have a lot of the flexibility. Like now, you know, I've got my office is up and going and people are there. I can step away and do different things where as a teacher, I wasn't able to
is
necessarily do all the time.
That is true. And Sarah, how did you get into photography?
I took it in high school, which
Okay.
I don't normally claim that often because in high school I don't feel like it's really that serious. We did film and we did, you know, dark room, but I my grandfather was very into pictures and taking them all the time, and he was probably one of those people that every time we were doing anything, it could be the dumbest thing, he had a camera out. So I feel like I maybe was instilled with that a little bit more than anything else.
Sure.
But I started taking it just for people that were friends who said, oh, you have an eye for it, you need to do this, while having a full-time job for years. So for years it was just a hobby. And then in 2009, I think, I stopped all the other jobs and was like, that's it, I just want to do this.
Good.
And
Aren't you
went
glad you did?
full force into it, yes. It did help too that I was having a baby, so like I wanted to be able to be home with her sometime and not work, 5 days a week, and yeah, I'm really
Do you find
glad I
yourself
did.
taking pictures of her all the time?
Yes and no. She does not like to have her picture taken.
Irony.
Yeah. But when she does do pictures, which people see all the time, she does a really good job. However, what you don't see is like 5 minutes before the whole photo shoot, she bawls her eyes out and has like a breakdown. And then she's like, okay, I'm good.
How old is she?
She's 3.
Oh, wow.
So
wow.
it's awful.
Yeah.
But she takes good pictures once she does that. So now that I realized that, which took a little bit, once I realized that, then it was like, okay, well, have your breakdown, and then we can have our pictures.
Now, last year, correct me if I'm wrong, but last year's best ofs, did you not take those pictures?
I did.
Okay. I was thinking about that on the way to the studio this morning. I thought, that's funny because last year, the best of the best photography that was shot for last year's magazine,
I took the pictures.
Sarah took those pictures.
Wow.
Which was really fun because I got to meet a lot of really neat people.
Yeah.
Some of
The best
them I already
people,
knew,
really.
but
the best people in Ocala.
the best people, the best of the best people in Ocala.
The best of the best. And the best.
People.
Yes.
Yes.
The worst of the best is still the best.
The best of the best people. So little did you know just a year ago when you were taking all those pictures that
Well, and I was 40 under 40 this year too, which
good year.
yeah, this
What
was
have
a
you
good
been
year.
doing?
I don't working.
Good.
A lot.
Well, it's working for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good. That's been, and you've been 40 under 40.
No.
No?
And I'm not under 40, so,
So but you were 40 under 40. Well, maybe we'll start a new category.
there you go. I like it. Let's submit that.
You know what you both have in common is the future. When you look at the future, Angie, and somebody comes in after paying years and years and years, and suddenly is something they're happy they've been doing. Like they're cashing in on it for some reason. They had an accident or something happened. I mean, that's got to be the pinnacle for you. You've known these people all these years, right?
And you know, and this is going to sound really bizarre, but a while ago I mentioned the life insurance part. That's the thing in our office we're probably the most passionate about, because it's the one thing that when that happens, we're one of the first phone calls that people make is just to let us know what happened. And it's a difficult conversation anyway, and to be able to sit down with a family and say, you know what, instead of giving them a casserole and a hug, but to say, you know what, this person loved you so much, they took care of to make sure that your finances are taken care of. That gives them time to grieve,
Yeah, right,
do things that want.
right.
Sometimes even just starting some sort of charity or
Right.
doing a hobby that, now they can maybe forget about work and make that passion, put it towards something else. But being able to sit down with them and give them that is, it's fulfilling.
Sure.
I mean, I know that sounds a little bit strange, but I'd much rather do that than, like I said, the hug and the casserole.
Sure.
like
So
the casserole
it's so
part.
important. We'll do that too, but and we try to, people sometimes don't understand, but we talk to everyone, and we said we're going to keep talking to you about it too, just because it will. It's the one thing that's inevitable,
Guaranteed.
Gonna happen.
and it's our hardest sell.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, and it's such a family thing, just like with the photographs. I mean, one day, 40 years from now, that baby that you took yesterday is going to have some grandchildren to bring to you, and you're going to watch them as they get to that point. And
Well, unfortunately, being larger of a company this year and having more clients than I've ever had, I had to deal with a loss of 2 children this year. And so that was really hard. The parents were amazing, but I do get really attached.
you're going to cry right now. Did you take pictures at the
that's
funeral?
So sad.
No. Okay.
Oh goodness.
But that is the only thing they have right now is those photos.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. so
she's
you
creating
made- so you
memories
made
for
that,
a lifetime.
That happened.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Well, and I know she's taken some amazing pictures of my niece that I've just
And your
absolutely adored.
future niece or nephew.
Yes, I have a future niece or nephew that will be here in July.
Oh, wow.
And so there will be pictures of him or her. Just putting that out there. That's what I really would love to have as a little nephew. But so it's just, you just watch, it's just progress, and it's just really, it's really amazing. It's sweet. I mean, there's nothing like a photograph. If you go out and you do something and it's not photographed, it's almost kind of like it didn't happen. I mean, you still have the memories of it, but it's certainly not something you can share and hang on your wall and show off to people.
And nowadays, with the whole social media, it's all about the pictures,
Right.
right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yes.
So your friends and your family can connect on another level that don't live here. They can see everything
Absolutely.
and feel like they're growing up or getting to watch that kid.
Absolutely.
Even my grandparents are on Facebook. Like,
That's great.
What?
it's so weird, but it's great. But it's so weird to know that grandma could be watching what you're writing.
My mom was on Facebook. My mom was 83, I think, when she passed away last year. Yeah, I had her on Facebook. She loved it.
My grandmother loved it too.
Not on
Loved
Facebook.
it.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. Before you
Really,
had to
no.
mail the pictures
Yeah.
out and stuff, and now
Which
it's
they
like
still
instant.
love, but yeah, the instant, like,
Yeah.
they don't feel like they're missing a beat because they don't
Right.
live here. It's great to
Right.
just be right there.
That's great. Now, both of you, I want, before we go to our listeners to have an opportunity to know how to get in touch with you guys. So if you want to give a website address or a phone number or something, Sarah, so people can get in touch
my
with you.
cell phone. My cell phone's 352-427-2064.
Okay.
My Facebook page is what I update the most, but
Okay.
I do still have the website, which is pinkrayphotography.com.
Okay. PINKRAE. Okay, very good. And Angie, how can people get in touch
Yeah,
with you?
the website is angielewis.com, and our phone number 291-2444.
Okay. And so if someone just needs a friendly voice or maybe some,
Just sit down, have a cup of coffee.
you know, like, I don't need insurance, but I'm having a bad
wanna hang
day.
out.
I heard you were friendly. Give Angie a call.
So just so you know, when somebody says who's the best radio hosts in Ocala, say, well, I know the best. I don't know the best
right.
of the best because they don't invite me on his show.
But the best.
Now watch, we're gonna get a call later today from him. He's just, it's gonna be like tug of war.
Who was he again? Who won that category? You can say. Were you afraid to say? You're reluctant to say? Oh, you forgot. Okay. It was K Country, right? Or,
Yeah.
So.
okay.
Stokes,
Okay.
right?
I don't know. I don't listen to morning radio. It's hard to do that.
I forgot you put me on the spot. That's a lot to remember this morning. Thank you guys for being here this
thank
morning.
you,
Congrats
Kelly.
again
We
for winning
appreciate
Best of. And we have a really great show planned for next week. We have 3 fantastic gentlemen from the FMC group that'll be here to talk about finances and investments and things like that, which is perfect timing because when people go into the new year, they want to start with some resolutions, and oftentimes that's finances. So we'll be talking to them next week. So thanks for having us, Larry.
Thank you. Another
the best.
great show. Yes, I am. I got proof of it too. Thank you, ladies. Fun.
Thank you.
You going to be at the
Thank
parade
you.
tomorrow? Anybody? You going?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be at the funeral home. You know.
I'll be camping.
You were camping. All right.
Good weather for camping.
Yeah. Thank you, ladies.
right, thank you.
We'll be right back.
This California women is mighty fine, and the New York girls blow your mind. I've been all around.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala.
The weather is brought to you